Alright, hello, this is Chef Matt, and today we are going to make a no-knead bread. It's a very simple recipe that I've been using at home, and for the kids, just to make fresh bread every day. And it's a good start recipe. You can use it for multiple things, and we're going to be exploring that in future recipe episodes. But for now, we're just going to make our no-knead bread. Here I have 6 cups of all-purpose flour. I have a tablespoon of dry active yeast, and I have a tablespoon of salt. And here I have 2 cups of warm water. So first, I am going to just dump my yeast into the warm water. Then I'm going to mix it up. And this isn't too necessary. You could just do this in the mixing process with all the dry ingredients, but it's important that the water is warm to activate the yeast. Alright, next we are going to transfer into our mixer. Okay, so here we have our flour and our salt mixed in to our mixer here. Then we're just going to kind of give it a quick, and you can do this with the hand, by hand, mix it by hand if you don't have a mixer like this. We have our little dough hook we're using. That way when we put our warm water yeast mixture, we don't beat it with like a regular whisk or anything. It'll just be too messy. I'm just kind of going to add that mixture, and I'm going to reserve a little bit just in case I have too much water. And if it seems a little dry still after adding your water, you can always add a little bit more, little at a time. I might actually have to add a little bit more water to that. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, and this part's a little messy. You could just put a little water on your hands to scrape that dough off the hook there. There we go. Okay, now that our dough is ready, I'm just going to grab a wet cloth here and just drape it over the bowl. And I'm going to let this sit for at least 2 hours. 2 hours is fine. And you'll see that it'll expand almost 2 to 3 times its size. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. Alright, now we have our dough that's ready. As you can see, it's expanded about double its size, a little bit more. And this is a lot of dough. We can use this for a few loaves, but what I'm going to do is take probably half of it, make 1 loaf of bread, and I'm going to save the rest for other recipes we'll be talking about later. So it's pretty stuck to the bowl, so what I'm going to do is dip my hand in some flour. That way it doesn't stick. And I'm just going to pull away from the side. You don't want to press it too much. You're basically just going to take a big glob out cut it with a knife. I'm going to dust our cutting board with a lot of flour and just lay it on. I'm going to spread a little bit more flour on top, that way it doesn't get sticky. And like I said, the goal is not to press the dough. We're just going to kind of mold it. A little bit more flour. And just kind of tuck itself underneath. Okay, now we're just going to dust the top again. Just kind of rub that flour around. Then what you're going to do is basically take a knife and cut about a 1/2 inch into it. You can do a bit of a cross cut. Then I'm going to use this pot, kind of do a Dutch oven technique. You can use any pan that can go into the oven, cast iron, or even just a bread pan or a pizza pan, anything. But I'm going to dust a little bit of cornmeal. You can use flour or semolina, anything, just anything to prevent it from sticking. Then I'm just going to take that dough, place it right there. And I'm kind of trying a new thing with this Dutch oven thing, so we'll see how it comes out. But I'm going to put a lid on it. Okay, so I have our oven at 450 degrees, and I've been preheating it for about 20 minutes. And inside I have just a small pan of water to create kind of a steam effect going on. And so I'm just going to open the door real quick. Pop it in there for about 20 to 30 minutes. And we're going to check on it in about 20 to see what it looks like. Okay, so I've had it in for about 15 minutes. And now I'm going to take the lid off just to get some nice color on top. And then we're going to go probably another 10 to 15 minutes checking in on it about after 10 minutes. Okay, so here we go. I took it out about 25 or 30 minutes after. And yeah, there it is. A simple kind of fail-safe way to make bread. You can really do it any way you want. Make it as big as you want. Yeah, and that's it. And then stay tuned for the next video. We'll be turning the same dough that we made into a pizza dough. And you can leave the dough you made out for 24 hours if you want, or you can keep it in the fridge for up to 12 days. All right, thanks.
Can we eat it now?